Okay, so last thing to do is wire up the cameras. I'm going to be using Runcam Eagle. Had this for a while now, but I haven't had a chance to use it yet, so excited to use it. Anyway, so I just need to wire up the camera cable. Because this has built-in OSD, you need to run the camera and the VTX through here. So I'm just running the VTX off of VBAT down here. Because I've got a video ground. Sometimes you can get issues with the OSD if they're not grounded properly, so I want them both grounded at the same place over here. And I'm just going to run the camera straight from here as well, which with these omnibus controllers, they have a pin called RAM over here, which you can use as a power connector for your cameras and the VTX if you want to, but apparently they only handle up to 1.5 amps or something, so I didn't want to run both the power off of here because I can still ground the video with the VTX over there. These little Runcam cameras don't use hardly any power, so, and I could run this off anywhere from 5 volt to 17. So to get the power over to here, you've got another VBAT pin over here. Sorry, not VBAT, another RAM pin over here that you can either jumper to 5 volt or VBAT. So I might just jumper that to VBAT, I think, for the camera, because I'm only running a 4-cell, so it's under 17 volts. So I've got to jumper the RAM pin over here and wire up the VTX and the camera. Because I did notice on this Omnibus version 2 board that on the bottom side where all the labeling is on the board, it's actually wrong. For instance, down here, which is not showing on the diagram, but on the board it actually says that this pin here is a VBAT, and the VBAT is actually on the outside. Sorry, is actually, yes, it is on the outside. So you got VBAT here, RAM there, and 5 volt there. So just double check that, because if you use that pin, for one, it'd be a real pain in the ass. Actually, it says that's a RAM pin as well, which is also incorrect. So the VBAT and RAM are actually on the outside, and that's printed on the board as well. So just double check that, because if you did connect these up incorrectly, you possibly could short your board out. Okay. Okay, all wired up. One last thing, I just need a jumper there. to put VBAT out over on the ramp pin over here. So jump out that VBAT to RAM. Like I said, always good to double check. So the labeling on this top one is actually correct. So you can see, where's it go? It goes that way. So you can see here, this pin here is VBAT and this one here is RAM. So just connect them two. So to do that, just put a fair bit of solder onto each little pad. And just try and run a drop across from one to the other. Just like that. So if you're having trouble, you can just use a little piece of wire, but I prefer to do it with solder. Which can be a bit tricky. There we go. Alright, so now if we check that, with the multimeter, you should see this is our VBAT pin here, and the voltage is coming into the board. So that's obviously linked there. So if we go VBAT here and check the ramp pin over here, we should have a connection. Oh, there we go. Nothing touching. There we go. And just check the grounds while we're here. No ground there, good. And ground there, ground there. Beautiful. Well, that's it for the wiring. No, it's not. I don't have a receiver yet. There we go. So I'm going to put this little tiny thing in. Not sure where I want to mount it yet. So I might just put the wires in for now. We'll mount him up later. Okay, there we have it, all wired up. Got camera out the front here, VTX out the back here, and receiver wires are there. I'm not 100% sure I want to put that yet, so I'll put him on later. I might just even mount it to the top here. Well, there is a little plate that comes with it. This comes with the Martian kit. There's a little plate you can put on top here. So I might actually mount the VTX. I might put that on. Just mount the VTX there. Sorry, not the VTX, the transmitter. Oops, so I forgot to press record when I was doing that, but all I've done is wire up the S-Bus receiver, put a hinge shrink over it, and then I'll zip tie down there when I find a zip tie. Now just got to put the cameras on. So here's a little mount that comes with the Martian. So this mount doesn't actually fit on the run cams because they have the power at the top. So we're actually going to have to modify it a little bit. We're going to have to cut a small section off of it. So to fit this mount, yeah, I'm meant to take the back off and use the screws. Use the same screws to hold it back on, but I don't really like having all the board exposed like that, so I'm going to leave that on there, and I've just swapped the screws out for a bit longer screw. So I can put the mount and the cover on. Okay, so I modified the mount, managed to get it on there. One of the screws won't go in properly, but I think I may have stripped the inside. But I'm not taking it off to have a look. That's in there strong enough. Alright guys, that's about it. Couple of zip ties, just zip tie with the VTX, the receiver, and zip tie this probably to that standoff just there. There you go, so that's about what she looks like. Just a couple little bits to tidy up. It's getting late and time to go to bed for me, so I'm going to leave it at that. I'll get back to you later with how she flies. Maybe a bit of a tuning video or a software setup video, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, pretty happy with it. Looks pretty cool, it's nice and clean. The only wires you can see are the VTX wires and the camera wires, and obviously the receiver antennas. So all in all, pretty happy with that. Nice and clean. Should be a fun little flyer. Thanks guys, please like, subscribe, comments, Any hints and tips or questions about something I may have missed, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Hope you enjoyed, and get out there and get some killer FPV.